Welcome back from the break. बात कर रहे हैं हम Natasha Chandel से.
Okay, so जो सवाल मुझे करना था कि भाई आप टोरंटो में थी and your Hindi is great. You're obviously trained as an actress and you've done phenomenally well in Canada. Now the time comes to move. You decide on New York and what I'm curious about is कि बहुत सारी देसी लड़कियां सोचती हैं कि भाई मैं हीरोइन बनूंगी. Why did you not move to Mumbai?
Again, I think a big thing comes of knowing where you fit, knowing what you want. I love and respect Bollywood. I have been trained by Shah Mukhtavar for 10 years. I know my industry enough to know that, and I've been offered a lot of things in Bollywood, no doubt, television-wise and film-wise. But a couple of things, I love India. I don't think I can live there right now for me. The other thing is, television-wise, it's just not the type of acting that I would want to do. Film-wise,
Sari pen ki bahu, like
exactly, and you know, dun dun dun, like
or you're running down the hill with the sari.
मैं तुम्हारे बच्चे की माँ बनने
ऐसे बोला, you know, and so I couldn't do that. I just personally couldn't do that. Film-wise, always very tempting, but. It's no secret that there's a casting couch in Bollywood, and it's just not something. And I'm very open about it because I want people to know that I'm nothing is important to me enough to compromise my values. I tell that to every girl out there. I was like, if you are a professional in your business and you're professionally trained, there's no reason for you to be. I mean, I have no reason to want to do any of
बल्कि
that.
आपके मतलब अपनी सीरीज में भी एक एपिसोड डाला था जब मिस्टर राक्षस आते हैं and I think that वो casting couch का reference उसमें भी था. Was that based on real experience?
Actually, no. It's never specifically happened to me that way, but I've gotten close enough
to know that
big roles. That
how does it happen? How does someone actually
get into the nitty-gritty details about it?
I'm really curious. I'm sorry. How does the conversation actually start?
It's never really happened with me because I've kept my distance enough. But you know when you hear from other people about somebody's reputation, or you get far enough, and then suddenly they're like, well, we want you to come here. So okay, fly me down if you want me to come there. Like you know, I'm auditioning for your film. I've already gone that. Now like I'm not gonna just but that's the stuff they want. And then again, I have people who are in the business enough that they stop me. They've stopped me. Like just said no. We're not letting you go.
Major names, which sort of in terms of houses or directors?
All of them.
Wasim, you're really picking for details.
I won't tell their names, but I will tell you. I will tell you that I have numbers of almost most major directors and.
Now let's get away from the casting couch a little bit. Sorry, did you want to add on something?
No. I will say the younger directors and filmmakers coming up aren't like that. Are not like that.
Okay.
Now. एक फर्क होता है. We were talking about this before the show कि एक Hollywood actress और एक Bollywood actress में एक बहुत बड़ा फर्क होता है. So why don't you describe that? What have you noticed?
I think in the industry-wise, उनकी values different है. You know, for Bollywood, yes, it's show business. The look and stuff is very important, and there are a lot of like model-turned actors also in Hollywood, but in Bollywood, it's like the criteria. It's I've met recent casting directors for major movies right now, and their question is, but you're not 6 feet tall.
Wow.
They want a dancer, they want an actor, and their whole answer is like, and I have people in the business, oh, we can teach him how to act. Oh, we'll teach him how to dance.
That's like almost secondary.
So I'm just like, what are you going for at that point, and what are you getting out of it? And it's why, and I have, again, no problem in saying it's why Bollywood actors will not be able to cross over into Hollywood. But a Hollywood actor can cross over into Bollywood. So that's where I try to focus on where I know I fit, which is in mainstream media. And then eventually, if the time comes, that I'm big enough and I can cross over, then great.
Exactly. आजकल तो criteria ये भी नहीं है कि मतलब actor देसी हो. I think you know you could be like
exactly right.
You know who we're all talking about.
Every song has like you have to have the Gori blonde in it all the time.
And to see somebody like I will say it, Katrina Kaif, right? उसको उनको हिंदी भी नहीं आती है, लेकिन she's accepted as a very popular Hindi actress. How can that be? You know, like
actresses, right?
It's kind of weird.
Have you ever sort of because you said you've come really close in the casting cycle altogether. I'm going back, and I'm not going to talk about the casting couch or ask for names. Have you ever sort of had an incident happen where sort of you've gone all the way up in the casting process and actually seen the movie at a later stage and said, well, this was the role I was up for?
Of course.
What does that feel like?
Again, growing up in this business, I don't take anything personally. I truly come from a spiritual place where I say everything happens for a reason. I don't break my back over anything.
Yeah.
I've seen major Hollywood shows and movies go where, I was gone for a lead role and I came close and I didn't get it or whatever. Same with Bollywood. I was just telling the story that my very good friend Nargis Fakhri is doing Rockstar with Imtiaz Ali. I was supposed to meet Imtiaz like in 2008 for that film. I had a meeting scheduled with him because I was told he was clean, so that's something I'll definitely put out there. And I couldn't make the meeting because
बुरा लगा थोड़ा सा
बहुत बुरा लगा. In terms of I still respected his work. उन्हें बहुत अच्छी चीज़. I think Jab We Met and stuff like that. It's so funny and that's the kind of stuff I would enjoy doing. So that sucked. But then to my friend ended up getting it recently, and she again went to Bombay as a model, had no acting or dancing training, but it just fell into place for her. I don't even think she was seeking it, and it happened, and that's how I know like she was meant to do this. And she's in training and stuff now, and I'm very, very happy for her. I have no idea what the film will look like, and but of course you look at it and I regret because it's Ranbir Kapoor, and I would have loved to have been like, hi Ranbir. I recently met his parents. I was interviewing them, Rishi Kapoor and Neetu Singh. For a New York Indian Film Festival in New York, and I asked them, I said, so what do you look for in a girl from here? That's so funny. I'm single.
Just throwing that out there.
How did they react to the stories? Because I mean, during the filming of Rockstar, itni sari kahaaniyan aayi thi ke Ranbir and Nargis were getting really close. How do you react to that? Do you call her and say, "Ki tu ghar wapas aa"?
No. Listen, she loves Bombay. I was supposed to meet her last time I went. Again, just scheduling didn't happen, but she loves it there. I know this is all PR stuff that everybody does. It's the simplest PR thing to do is just hook two people up. So, whether it's real or not real, I don't know. I don't ask.
That's a rumor I wouldn't mind though, I have to say.
Right, exactly. I wouldn't mind either. Although he's
true.
also known for being a womanizer. I don't know, whatever you want to, whatever floats your bubble. But I'm happy for her. I'm so excited to apparently she's on billboards and stuff there, so I'm really excited to see how it'll all turn out.
और बहुत सारे लोग तो ये भी कहते हैं कि आप एक triple threat performer हैं. इसका मतलब ये कि you can sing, dance and act.
Yes.
So how is that?
It's funny. I was a trained singer since I was 6.
What form? Sorry, was it Indian classical or?
No, Western.
Okay. Like vocal training.
Yeah, and more choirs and advanced stuff, advanced choirs, things like that. My family wanted me to be a singer. They did not want me to do acting or anything.
Right.
But they were trying to put me in Indian classical, and I just was like, no. So I was like, I'm not going to do that. Now I totally regret it. I really should have done that. But I've been trained since I was 6. So it's funny. That's what I did first professionally.
Which one do you prefer out of the 3?
Yeah.
I have a real thing about it. I say dancing is where I'm the most free.
Right.
Acting is where I discover myself the most. Singing is where I'm the most me. And I think that's the hardest to do. Okay. Funny enough, being an actor and being emotional, it's the hardest thing for me to do.
Singing?
Really, because that's you. There's an Oscar Wilde saying that says, when you give a man a mask and he'll give you the truth. As an actor, it's so easy for me to put on a mask and then give you everything inside of me.
Yes.
Yeah.
But as a singer, there's nothing. So that's why it's funny, because as Mumbai, I can sing and feel totally free and go crazy, and it's fine. But if you ask me to sing, I'd be like,
And right now, since you're Natasha, it's going to be a little tricky. Okay, so I have to ask you, sort of Mumbai and you are such polar opposites as people, right? Does it ever get uncomfortable sort of appearing in public as Mumbai? Because you're still you at the end of the day, right?
All the time. I think that's my team's biggest problem with me, or their issue is I'm the total, I call her my yin and yang.
Right.
I'm the total creative hermit. Like, I would rather like be at home. I'm not a partier.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like getting all done up unnecessarily. Like, I don't like makeup. I've been in dance for 10 years. Like, I'm over it. So whenever I have to like go out and do these like social like or networking things with people, I really, really try, but like sometimes I just don't want to. And then the other thing is, people always expect you to be Mumbai, even when I'm not at an event anymore. So now I'm just with my friends, and they'll be like, "So who's with us today, Mumbai or Natasha?" I'm like, "What? Like I just me." I tell them now, I'm like, "When you see the fake lashes on, it's Mumbai, okay?" Don't
and what
don't
about when
ask
you
me.
meet new people? Do they expect you to be Mumbai?
Yeah, like it's really hard to date and things like that, because you know, before, even as a girl, you always question as a girl, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, are they just in it because they think that you're hot, or is it like, are you a trophy? And now, like, I really have to think about it 10 times more, because people will be like I had somebody tell me, you know, but you're a celebrity and you're so down to earth, and then they'd be like, so can I take you for dinner? So
and it's like they're not taking you out to dinner,
right?
they're taking Mumbai.
So I'm wondering, I'm like, what do they think they're gonna get there? Like, I'm a fun, like, chilled out person. It's not like that part of me isn't there, but I'm not her all the time. I'm not going to be like the, like, you know, witty, like, although I am, but like not that same way.
And not that plastic either, right? What is the craziest reaction you've ever had in terms of someone thinking?
Oh my gosh! Like, it's like total hurting my feelings. I remember walking in once, and I was done up as Mumbai. I was taking to shoot something, and it was a friend of mine, and he goes, "Oh, so Mumbai's here today," and I was just like, "What? Do I look that terrible on a regular that you're so excited that Mumbai's here today?" And I was just like, that hurts my feelings when people will be like, or then he actually told me, he goes, "Oh, change back into Natasha clothes." I was like, ew, like, what does that even mean? Like, if I just wear jeans and like a top, it's like Natasha clothes. And I was always like the fashionable one anyway, so it's just like, I'm like, what do you expect from me now? I don't even know.
Now I want to ask the both of you actually. आप लोग की मुलाकात हुई थी, or not so मुलाकात, लेकिन you guys know each other through.
We've been friends for 3 years.
And
we met for the first time in person.
So online friends.
Yes, I stalked her. मैंने इनका पीछा किया था.
I couldn't expect anything better from you, Wasim. I have to say.
मैं please आप अपनी बेटियों को
अगर वसीम से Facebook पे friend request आए, please accept मत कीजिएगा.
कभी अगर आप अपनी बेटी का देखे कि इस friends with वसीम शेख, please उसे डांटे आप.
और उसको बिठाइए, पूछे क्या हो रहा है.
क्या exactly? ये मैंने नताशा का पीछा किया था. Actually, what happened was
How did it happen?
I was acting in South Africa, and then I moved to Toronto in 2008. And नया नया आया था शहर में, did not know क्या करूँ, what not to do, और पता नहीं कहाँ I was going to be studying by the way, if you don't know, हम तीनों ने एक ही यूनिवर्सिटी में हम पढ़ चुके हैं. Lina is now a journalism student, but she started off in radio and television.
Radio and television.
I'm still studying that, and ये पढ़ चुके हैं.
So we're all RTA.
Exactly.
At one point.
I know, right? I think we should be like a commercial for but
and we're all brown. I don't know.
Exactly.
All the similarities.
It's getting diversified.
देसी और टीवी में आना चाहते हो रार सुन जाओ. But I think what had happened was कि I think मैंने कहीं पढ़ा था कि you had just been selected as a top 20 most promising young women. What was that?
A Real World Film Festival?
Yes. I think that's what it was. And I think that and I was like, why देसी नाम लग रहा है? And so
चलो ऐड करते हैं.
I stalked her on Facebook like Natasha Chandel. हाँ यही लग रही है. She's pretty भी लग रही है देखने में. So I added her, and then I messaged her, and I was pretty honest. I was like, I don't know what's going on and stuff. And Natasha was actually one of the first few people to guide me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was really nice of you to add somebody that looks like Wasim.
No. You know what? Pay it forward all the time. Like, if somebody's serious, then I definitely help them. I get like people message me all the time through my website. So funny. You know, Ryerson has like essays to get into their program.
Yes.
So people actually every admission season somehow they like find me as like the art taper. Maybe it shows up in like on searches or something.
It is.
So people always send me private messages of, can you go over my essay for me? And they're random strangers. I've never ever met them. One actually copy and pasted their essay. And I was like, do you really think I'm going to go over your essay right now? And I'm really nice about a lot of things, but I'm not going to go over your essay for you because I don't know who you are, one. And like, there wasn't like, most of them have no tact in asking you. It's just like, did you even introduce yourself before you're like, hey, I want to go to Ryerson, you go to Ryerson, go over my stuff. Like, who are you?
I used to go to Ryerson.
Why
First
would
of all, I
I
don't
do
even
that
go to
for you?
Ryerson
Exactly.
anymore.
Yeah.
So, but you know, Wasim approached me, and I make sure I always look people up too. So, and he, you know, he had really done some good stuff, and I really felt like he had promised. So I made sure I helped him, like in whatever way I could, and I know what it feels like to also like be alone in a place. So
Yeah.
it's always important to you know, reach out.
It was
People
interesting
help
because that
me.
was around about the same time you were moving to New York
Yes.
as well, right? And I
Yeah.
think
Wow.
that it's really interesting how life's
Yeah.
worked out. You were talking about how it's kind of difficult to date. Let's talk about that. I'm sorry, but this is a Desi channel,
No,
and
of
I am the
course.
Desi uncle here.
Yeah.
She's actually really young. I know that with the ikne she looks
Yeah.
like my mother, but
But for everybody thinks that I'm an auntie.
no, she's actually 18. Just so you know.
19.
Oh, it's a 19.
Wow,
Yeah, so I'm
baby.
a baby.
There's an old saying that a man who can guess a woman's age right might be clever, but he's not very wise. So it's always good to guess young, you know,
It's
younger.
good. And
Be
makes
an
her
actor.
correct
Just
if
give
she
the
wants
age
to.
range.
Yeah.
You like teens? She's a teenager.
60 to 24.
But I have to ask you, so शादी का क्या ख्याल है, क्या parents से
Such
pressure
a dad question. Wasim, तुमने अपनी सही age बता दी है
वही मैं कह रहा हूँ,
सवाल
मैं uncle हूँ, I'm the uncle in the
So
studio.
I
शादी के
have,
क्या
I have
बात है?
prepped this response wonderfully. I will get married if and when I find the right person.
And the right person does not necessarily have to be Ranbir Kapoor.
No.
Okay.
But that is
And
an
that's-
option.
But that
That's- of course it's an option. Have you seen him? Excuse me. Of course it's an option. I'm not like really for like the dudes in India, but sure. If it's
You'll make an exception for Ranbir
Definitely
Kapoor.
do.
Other than Ranbir Kapoor, anyone else you find attractive? And it doesn't have to be me necessarily, but
in
Bollywood,
Bollywood, you
Bollywood.
of course. Oh my God! Listen, way too many. I have like the biggest crush on Zac Efron, and
Really?
I write it in my show. Like there's an absolute reason. Like I
Wow.
vicariously lived through
Honestly,
Mumbai
Zac
that way.
Efron?
Oh my God! Have you seen him?
Yeah.
really? But he's a bacha, like literally.
It's okay. I'm allowed to have a little younger crush. I would never date somebody younger than me, but I would definitely look at him.
Okay, other than
So
Zac
are you
Efron,
dating
who else?
right now?
No, I'm not.
Oh, auntie wala question.
No, listen.
I went ahead and said it.
I'm single. I'm definitely single
Yeah.
right now. But my family has come to a place where they've come to terms with
Yeah.
that, you know, it'll happen
Poochte
when the
hain
time
ab
is
aap
right.
lekin?
Yeah.
Do they have a deadline for you? By like 35, latest, no. शादी करनी है.
Ultimatum right here. Yeah.
No, you know the thing is, like, it's never been hard to find guys. Like, I think, you know, any girl, for any girl, I don't think it's hard to find a guy. It's finding the right guy. Very,
Yes.
very important.
What is the requirements for the right guy? Any criteria at all? A checklist? Lamba ho.
You know what? I did
qualifies
realize the other day, I was really thinking about this. I was like, what have I noticed is like a string of people. They've all been athletic. So
Okay.
they're not necessarily like athletes, but I like ex-athletes.
Yes.
Or like
Oh,
people
okay.
who used
Have
to
you
play
ever played any
something.
sport?
The has-beens type, you know, like who didn't make it. And so now like their self-esteem is a little lower.
Yeah.
So,
you
but,
adopt them.
But they're
More
definitely
attainable.
working out.
You're an
type.
athlete to me.
Exactly, exactly, right?
Nazrul
Because I
Khan.
love working out, so I feel like I want like a dude who's strong.
Okay.
But definitely honest, like he's got to be loyal and honest, and like if he's funny and educated, like, you know, those are things that are
Yeah.
important. I know it sounds really stupid to say, but good guy, like, I don't know how else to describe it. Like somebody who would definitely be supportive of what
Right.
I do.
Yeah.
I think it's on top of being a girl and being everything that we are. It adds so much more
Yes.
like weight when suddenly you're like, this is what I do for a living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's a problem, like they love what you do
Yeah.
and they love it, but the minute you're with them, then suddenly it becomes like
And you
more.
kind of have to,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what it's like to be a celebrity, but I would assume that you have to find out what it's like to be, who's in it for the right reason.
Exactly.
Wasim, just stop, okay?
No, I mean even as a girl and being an actor,
Yeah.
just because you get
And a Desi girl.
attention,
It's true.
it's people love that you get attention when they're not in it themselves.
Yes.
But then
Yeah.
suddenly like so they would love to be like, yeah, like when they're dating you, they'll be like, oh yeah, I love it when she gets attention. But then the minute like you're actually together, they'll be like, you know, put your shirt up, or
Yeah,
why
yeah.
are you doing like that? What are you doing? Why is that guy looking at you? Why was he talking to you? It's just like, calm down.
Yeah.
Or they just start feeling insecure, and it's like
Yeah.
there's nothing to feel insecure. It's just work.
That is
Yeah.
true.
You
That is
know,
true.
so
What's ahead for you in terms of just for landing in Mumbai, for
Yeah.
Natasha? What are we looking forward to?
well, we're planning season 2 of Landing in Mumbai,
Wow.
which is going to
Nice.
be much bigger than season 1. We're adding new characters, and we have a celebrity
Wow.
cameo, and we've been offered a lot of really great things. I'm also very socially conscious myself, so there's a big social element in season 2. Personally, I might as well announce it on TV now. I'm an associate producer for MTV News, so that's
Wow.
yeah, that's a new job.
Congratulations
I'm
on
starting.
that.
Thank
Are we
you.
the first to hear this?
Yeah, I guess
Oh.
publicly, yeah. And
Must one.
yeah, and I mean, I got the job because of the series. So
Wow.
because they're fans of the series, so it's great.
Phenomenal.
And they definitely know what I'm doing. And as an actor, I mean, a lot of my focus right now is the show, Landing in Mumbai. But I have my great agent, so we're still doing other things.
और जो भी हमारे viewers हैं और उनको acting करनी है, उनके लिए आपके पास कोई मशवरे हैं?
All I would say is know your craft. If you really love this and you truly respect it, give it the same respect you would give any other profession, and just know your craft. I got scholarships into science, all of them fully paid, and I went to Ryerson for Radio and Television Arts because I knew this is what I wanted to do, and I wanted to learn it from the best teachers possible, the best school possible, everybody I've ever studied with. I research the heck out of everything, and I go for whatever is the best, because then that's what will come out of you.
Great piece of advice.
So there we go. Natasha, Chandel, काफ़ी लंबी गुफ्तगू हुई है पर काफ़ी मज़ेदार भी हुई है. So much to learn about not only just one person but an entire industry on itself. And I think अगर आप घर बैठे देख रहे हैं, you can see an insight into what it takes to be desi, female, and still a successful performer. I think it is possible. I know कि हम अक्सर सोचते हैं कि हमारी घर की बहू बेटियाँ ये काम नहीं कर सकती. But here's an example to show that it is possible and to still keep your morals intact. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you
you so
guys.
much
I
for
really
being with
appreciate
us.
it. Congratulations on your success.
No, thank you very much. And I
Both
think
of
I'm
you.
just so glad to finally have met 3 years later.
I know. Better late than never.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be a cyber stalker anymore. So there we go.
There
Now
you
we're
go.
all friends. And we're RTAers and Ryerson
go.
people. Like,
I
come
fight for
on.
that.
Okay, so but this was our very first episode of the Naya Mast One with the
और अगले हफ्ते आप देखेंगे एक नया set.
exactly. इंशाल्लाह वो भी अब हमें शुरू करना है काम. ये इंटरव्यू खत्म करके बस हम लोग कंस्ट्रक्शन के काम में लगने वाले हैं.
से खुदाफिज तो चित्ता.
ओ हाँ जी, तो चित्ते की तरफ से भाई खुदा हाफिज. और ऑफ कोर्स आपका दोस्त वसीम शेख भी आपको कहना चाहता है a very very good evening and खुदा हाफिज.
और मेरी तरफ से भी अल्लाह हाफिज.